A statement from me?
Sure.
All right. It's great. Home, welcoming. Other than we got beat, I'm not happy about that. I wanted to win on my alma mater home court, and it's told the guys you can play great in the first half, and we learned how to have a first half against a team like this. We got to figure out how to have the second half. And to credit those guys, man, they made a run. I knew they would. At halftime, obviously we were playing well and we were doing a lot of great things, but, when you play a Big Ten team here in State Farm Center, I'm used to Assembly Hall, those runs are hard to overcome, and they did a good job of making a run. And, they turned up the heat. Our fans, I said our fans, the Illini fans are special. They gave them that extra boost that I remember getting when I played here. And, but with that being said, I told my guys, I said when they walk out here, one thing that we proved is we can be a pretty good team. And, I think, the lack of experience, and you have no idea what you're going to see with some of these guys because they've never been through it. I mean, Jackson played like none at Murray State, so starting and playing starter minutes is something new for him. Obviously my young guys, Cooper, like they're growing, man. And the guys that I have from last year's team, they didn't have roles like they have now. So they're learning how to handle those roles. And but I thought they grew up, in the first half. And I'm excited. I'm excited to continue to build with this team. I love them. I'm proud of them. I told them, we walk out to this locker room with your head up and your chest out. And we're going to learn how to, when you have a lead, to build it and step on the team when you have them down and not give them life. And we're going to get there. I'm excited. We're building something special. It's going to be a fun year.
Roger, what did they do defensively in the second half to hold you to 9 of 45 from the field?
Man, they were playing physical, man, and I think we ran out of gas. They started really doing a good job of kind of face guarding Isaiah. He's a dynamic guard. He's going to be a special player for us at Valpo. And then they got out in transition, and we didn't do a good job of covering him. So, we were kind of playing on our heels. I think we got a little gassed, and I think that was part of it. And like I said, I mean, they have an experienced team. They have transfers. They have a lot of older guys that, are battle tested, and we're not quite battle tested yet, but we'll get there. And that's the exciting thing about coming to here at Valpo and building something. It wasn't gonna be easy, especially with our roster, but man, they showed some grit, man. And even our last game, we came out, we won in the second half against a team that was a hard-fought game. Our first game, we lost. So it's fun seeing the growth with these guys. And that was a tough second half. But you know what? We got another game. So, we gotta learn from that. And we will. We definitely will.
Thanks. Kind of being on the other sideline as a coach, what was the biggest difference today versus when you were here as a player?
I mean, we were really good. To be honest, I wasn't thinking about that when I was trying to win. But, I feel like, Assembly Hall was packed. There was no empty seats. And, I think our team obviously was special. Obviously we won 4 Big Ten championships, national championship. I think this team has a way to go, but I think they can be really good. And I told the guys, I said, now that the game's over, I'm rooting for you. Represent, go ahead and win a Big Ten championship and make a run in the tournament. Hopefully we can turn our thing around. Maybe we'll meet them again in the tournament. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
With about 5 minutes left in the game, there was a timeout on the court, and you were passionate in the huddle. You were looking up at the stands. You were pointing around. What was the message to the guys during that huddle?
Man, I think the biggest thing was, you can't be satisfied with just coming into a place like this and playing good for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Like, I expected to win today. And I'm not going to sit there and have a moral victory. And we had took some ill-advised shots, and we had some backdoor cuts, and they had some runouts and transition, and I was really heated about that because that's not how we play. And I have to let these guys know that. And that was what that timeout was about. It's like, no, this is not what we do. And they respond, man. They're so coachable. They know I love them, so I can coach them really hard. And I don't get like that too often, but I had to at that moment because I was upset. I wanted to win this game. I don't go into these places you know, obviously as a head coach now, I mean, we're not going in here just to have a moral victory. You know, I'm a winner, and I'm trying to build that in them. So, you know, they had it. I looked in their eyes in the locker room, and they were upset. You know, they didn't feel good about coming here and having a good first half. Like, they want to win, and I told them we'll get that opportunity again. So that timeout was one of those timeouts, a gut check, and say, hey man, like this ain't good enough right now. Great 20 minutes, but now we gotta learn to win this.
Roger, did you get, right here, did you get reflective at all, being here 18 years later, about what that time meant to where you are now as a Division I head basketball coach?
Yeah, during the national anthem I did. Definitely did during the national anthem. That was kind of a special moment, but as soon as the game started, I was just locked in. I really wasn't thinking about being reflective. I was thinking about reflecting on the last play and how we're gonna get a stop. You know, but it was a great experience. I enjoyed the love that they gave me when they announced my name, you know, and, you know, I have Illinois pajamas at home, so the assistant coaches gave me a bag to take home with me. You know, they said they weren't gonna give it to me if we won, which I don't like that.
So, Roger, you talked about Stafford, and obviously that first half he was lights out, but in the second half, Shannon switched over to him. What can he learn from just that type of matchup?
Well, I think some of it's shot selection, you know, and I'm working with them on that. I want my guys playing free though, and you know, I don't want to take their confidence, but you know, we'll be able to show some film and just help them with some of that, you know, and we got to help them put them in better situations where they start face guarding them. You know, I think playing with pace, if you can get out and run and you know, move the ball, and we'll get it back to you. And but with that being said, man, he's a special kid. He's a special player. And I think he got gassed. I mean, he was carrying us, you know, and it was a big weight on his shoulder. So I think when you see the second half, some of that was fatigue too.
Roger, just one more question if I could about you being back here. I guess, how did your time here kind of shape you to get to where you are now as the head basketball coach in Division I?
I think a lot of it is, man, you know, I got to play for some great coaches, and obviously I was, you know, played for Bill Self and then Bruce Weber, and even Lon Kruger started recruiting really early. But I think the biggest thing is, you know, all the winning, you know, the winning that we had here, and, you know, you win 4 Big Ten championships, 4 years, and the national championship. But you know, the stuff that Coach Self taught me, you know, things I saw from Bruce Weber, I think it's helped shape me as a coach. Shoot, not even that. I mean, you know, going from Valpo, and when I was at Valpo the first time, we won 4 championships in 5 years, and then obviously my time at Gonzaga, you know, we were #1 in the country, championships every year. So I think just the winning, experiencing winning, knowing what it looks like, knowing what it feels like as a player and now as a coach, and then being able to kind of paint that picture for my guys, not from just, you know, hey, as a coach, but hey man, I've been in these locker rooms, you know, I've been a part of teams that were special, I mean, historically good. So I think all that, man, there's so many stories, there's so many things that I kind of pull from, you know, when I'm called upon to kind of mentor these young men and show them what it means to win.
I guess, was coaching something you wanted to do after your playing career is over, and what does it mean to have this opportunity at Valpo?
Absolutely not. Like, I wanted to play professionally until I was 35. I was having a great career over in Europe, making a lot of money doing it. And, you know, one of the things that I was very passionate about was mentoring young men. You know, obviously being a preacher and minister, like, you know, I was always looking for an opportunity to use basketball as a way to kind of build young men. The Valpo thing kind of, I felt like it was my calling, and I had to walk away from playing at 28, which a lot of people thought I was crazy. You know, my first paycheck at Valpo was a whole heck of a lot less than what it was when I was playing in Europe, but I just really felt like that's where God called me to. And, you know, it's been pretty amazing, man. This is, you know, 12 years of coaching, had some amazing experiences. I mean, God has really blessed that. And, you know, my foundation hasn't changed, man. I'm a minister first, coach second. And I've been able to coach some really high level players, man, from Chet Holmgren to Alec Peters to Jalen Suggs to, Julian Strother, Darius Garland. But I got to really pour into their hearts, and I got to see them grow. And so that's why I keep coaching. You know, my goal is not to be the best coach of all time. I can care less about that. You know, my goal is not to have the highest winning record. It's not. My goal is to change lives, and it's to create experiences for young men where they can become real men and leaders. And I've been doing that as an assistant for 12 years, and thankfully it's led to 14 championship rings and basically 16 years of college athletics. So this is my calling, and it gets me excited every day to see these guys' eyes when they really play for a coach that is not transactional but is transformational. And so that's why I do it. And now God has given me an opportunity to be a head coach. I never saw that coming, but it's pretty special.
Thank you.